Hello, my loves. Welcome to Magical Mondays. I got my phone because of my list of channeling stuff here, and then we'll get into a reading. So let's see what was up this week. So I talked to Pegasus today. So that was kind of interesting. I haven't really worked with Pegasus energy before, so that was really nice. They basically brought through, for the two activators this week, they brought through, like, the color was sparkles. Just sparkles. Just sparkles. Anything sparkly. The reason why they wanted that was to illuminate energy, basically to give you a different perspective on something you might be seeing, to encourage divine perspective to come through. And the symbol that they gave was an angel. Anything that, if you have like a little angel card that you bring around with you, or a carved angel carving, anything like that, like anything with a little angel. There is a lot of density needing to be lifted this week collectively. It's just feeling a little heavy. And so this was for healing and refilling your cup, and also timeline rearranging and divine intervention. So let's get into the messages that the Pegasus brought through. The first one was growth. They basically stressed there's so much that you don't see at the start of something that you will see at the end. They likened it to like a blade of grass growing. You just see the beginning and you're like, oh, okay, no big deal. And then it grows to the end and you're like, oh, wow, that completed something. Like, that was a beautiful thing. I didn't expect it to get so big, or whatever you think of when you see growth. But you see the completed process, right? And so a lot of you are going to be going through some stuff you don't understand why you're going through it, how it could possibly benefit you. Like, you might have been seeing, especially the last week, just things that are like, well, why would this have happened? What would have been the point? Like, I don't get it. The universe is punishing me, which is, a valid thing to feel sometimes. But once you've worked at pouring out the energy needs to go somewhere. Like, it needs a clearing agent, right? It needs a way to pour out and to move through. So any energy work you do that allows you to just pour energy out, like the Calm Waters experience in Energy Mastery, or the Weightless Heart in Energy Mastery, or even just the Angelic Realm meditation, can really help you lift some density. You just need to give it somewhere to go, because it's looping and it's like effing up your behavior, basically. It's looping and it's making it hard for you to see things clearly. And as soon as you get rid of it and you give it somewhere to go, it's going to be so much easier for you to understand what's going on and why. But until you do, it's like it's clouding your logic. It's clouding your judgment. And once you get the clarity, you're going to find that you can move through it pretty quickly. So that's one of the focuses this week. Heaviness in general, the energies are just a little heavy, so they wanted us to focus on rest and replenishment. Pacing the energy of this week is important. Like, you'll run out. If you have a lot of energy, you might run out. You either might be doing a lot, something like that, but you need downtime and you need to carve it out, because the downloads are coming in that time. You might not understand them right away, and you're not supposed to. You're actually just supposed to, like, rest in the download space, just chill out, and then let the information come to you. And it kind of bubbles up when it's ready. Some people, they get it right away, but it's usually, you're not getting it right away when it's downloaded. Not most of the time. You're like getting it when you're relaxing, and then like the next day you'll be like, oh my god, out of nowhere. So you need to give it time for that to come in. And if you're burning your candles at both ends, well, you won't have time to do that. So tell everybody in your life that I told you should bed rot. It's time to do nothing and allow those downloads to come in, and then they're going to bubble up when you've integrated them. It might feel like there's a lot of inertia this week. Like, you're not supposed to fix what's stuck. You're supposed to go, why are you stuck? You're not supposed to fix it. You're supposed to understand it and feel the energetic impact. Because once you do, and you don't take the approach of fixing it, you go, okay, let me understand how to maneuver myself around this. That thing will probably unstick. But you're not supposed to be fixing it at this time. You're just supposed to be learning from it. So if you're like kicking what's stuck, it's not going to go anywhere for you. You're just supposed to get the clarity from it. It's allowing yourself to be with the experience, whatever it was, and understand. And they did mention grounding while things are feeling really heavy this week. And that does ground us a certain amount. It's almost like the thoughts are spiraling, or like the energies are looping. So they wanted like mental clarity. Now, if you're in Energy Mastery, keep up with your like daily and nightly meditations. They really help cut this. And if you're doing psychic work, the pre-psychic work and post-psychic work can also really just help keep your energy your own. And that would be good. There's also an angel meditation in there called Clear, Cleanse, and Release in the Angel Temple. That's really good for this. Doing that a couple times a day even, it's only 10 minutes, it's really helpful. I do it a couple times a day, honestly. Depending on what I need to clear, like if there's something heavy or sticky, like it's just a really good feeling go-to. And it also cuts all the cords and all that good stuff, like it just keeps your energy clean. The next message, which you'll probably greatly enjoy, because I do, is rest like you get paid to do it. There's so much going on right now, and your energy is calibrating to something better. You're calibrating to a future where you might actually get paid to exist, and you need rest to do that. If you don't value rest, then you'll never get to a point in your energy where that rest brings you value. But the truth is, rest always brings you value. It is such an important thing for intuitives because our systems need to defrag, they need to detox, we need room for our own energetic downloads, and we need room for our brain to just go into fun nothing land. And in fun nothing land, that's when all the downloads come in. Like I said, you don't always realize them at that time, but if you haven't been getting downloads lately, it might be because you're not making time or space to just enjoy your life and just allow them to come in. So they're highlighting that. They said the bed rotting is imperative. They also said, as always, nature can really soothe you. So if you're feeling heavy, you're feeling like you don't know what to do, like spend time in nature. There was also a message from trees. There's a lot going on about connections right now in my day-to-day channeling. You guys have probably seen that. There's been a lot about relationships. And that's because we need to understand a higher blueprint of relationships and how we relate to one another. We have been very in our isolation for a long time. Like very avoidant, very like in our isolation, not connecting to people. All our connections have maybe not been at the highest point they could be. There's a lot of collective energy, and healing coming down the pipeline. And that is helping us all learn what those higher relationships look like. So the message was go talk to a tree. If you're having an issue in a relationship or like a friendship or whatever kind of connection you have and you don't understand it, trees have these root systems where they have to support and connect to each other 24/7, and they share their energy. So if anybody knows how to be in that rooted, grounded, healthy space, it's trees. So even if you ask a tree's permission before you touch it, but if you ask the tree's permission and you get that energetic yes, and you ask it if you can kind of ask for its advice and you feel that yes, it will guide you. Not only will it give you advice in that moment probably, but it'll also guide you with like energy shifts, downloads, and healing. So if that resonates, I'm not sure who that was for, but whoever it's for, go get yourself some tree. Get some tree. Okay. Now I do have a few cards here already, so as they're sticking to my desk, my goodness. Let's see what we got. We've got the World. So there's some cycles. I'll just hold the card up so you have something to look at. But there's a lot of cycles that are ending right now. There's a lot of things wrapping up. And in the energy, that kind of feels really good. Like it feels complete. It feels lighter. But in the energy of that message, there's also just so much density sliding off. And I feel like this is what kind of is coming in through the Pegasus this week. It's just allow it to slide off. Give it somewhere to go so it's not clouding your mind, so it's not weighing on your heart. These things need to be released. You might have closed the cycles, but you still need to release the energy. So that's what's coming through from the World this week. And the Three of Wands, like, again with the connections, there's a lot of higher connections coming in, higher relationship templates, like just higher potentials for this collective. And I feel like you need to be seeing where things are actually working out for you. You're not just at the beginning of the process, you're actually at the close to the end, like 3/4 of the way to getting those long-term relationships, those long-term friendships, those long-term careers. Like it's all relational, right? Like no matter what you're building, it's relational to your relationship to it. And so to me, it feels like you're farther ahead than you realize. You have ended some cycles, which is really important, but you've also built sustainable long-term progress here. This isn't like you're just waltzing into something. You're like 3/4 of the way to completion with something really powerful. So to me, in the theme of relationships that we've been seeing, that's just, you're getting ready to get those long-term clicking connections in your life. Let's see, Judgment. Speaking of which, you have been being built. Now, I know this because I've been working with this collective since I started doing Magical Mondays, and I've seen the process y'all have been through. You guys are being built. You're being built up for something. You've been really looking at foundation over the last few months. You've really been looking at building things solidly and powerfully. You're about to get a call from the universe, if you haven't already, because you've cleared what you needed to. There may have been some tests in the last couple of months, and I say tests lightly because I know that y'all take the word test and run with it like crazy people. I love you so much. I've been there, so I can't judge, right? But I know in the past when I was learning spirituality, it was like, oh, a test and I can fail, and oh, the universe is mean to me. And I don't mean test that way. I mean, you had an option to make a choice and you chose right. You chose longevity. You chose support. You chose reciprocity. You chose the higher path in something. And now the universe is about to deliver a really powerful call to you because of it. And I'm just hearing like this is something you were supposed to do. It's something that's for you. It's meant for you. Whether that's a relationship, whether that's like a higher calling, but it's really divine. I'm going to say it's a higher calling, right? That's what it feels like. Something powerful is coming in for you. I also feel like in the things that you closed off, there's been so much anxiety releasing. And I feel like when you close those off, you were like, oh, I'm so scared. Like, it's going to be bad. I'm going to be stressed. Like, I have to let these things out of my life. But it actually was like a weight off your shoulders. And particularly, like, I'm seeing, like swords in the back. But now that the swords are kind of out a little bit, it's like those wounds are closing up. That's really how this feels. Like, what was causing the anxiety was actually just these constant looping energies. And now that you've kind of got them out of your field is starting to seal back up. A lot of you might start feeling like pretty profound inner peace, or just this feeling like, oh, I didn't realize how much that was taking from me. And it was. Whatever you closed off, it was taken a lot from you to maintain it. So you should see higher energies now. And the thing is, it's hard to let go of those things. I feel like whatever you let go of, it was really, really important to you. Like, it was really important to you that you keep it in your life. You did everything you could, right? And unfortunately, that's just not how... They said how the cookie crumbled, but I'm not using that reference. My God. They said it's like how it came about. There wasn't anything you could do. I feel like you knew this thing wasn't in alignment with you anymore, and you had done everything you could to keep it, and it was just draining you at that point. So you let go, and in that letting go, it caused unhappiness. And so you might be navigating that unhappiness right now, where you're like, I didn't want that outcome. Everything feels heavy. Just release it. Just release it, because, well, it's just a temporary feeling. And as you release it, you're going to start to feel quite a bit better about the process. But right now, you might not be feeling so hot. All right. What else did you want to share, Spirit? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Where were we? Okay, no, that's fine. I was like, don't get me lost in where we are. Yeah, you went through a betrayal of some sort. Like, it is nasty. Whatever it was, there might have been some big endings, and it was not something that went quietly. And it also feels it didn't need to end that way. Like, there might have not been repair when you needed it. There might have not been a deeper conversation. There might have not been like that. Like, what you expected from that situation, you didn't get. So let's say if you expected somebody to handle what you said maturely, they didn't do that. Or if you expected the thing in your life to hold you the way that you hold it, like if it's a work situation, you might have seen unfairness. It did not do that. And you're being told like you saw an accurate reflection of what that thing was and how it wasn't for you. And that's why. The thing is not, whatever it was that you released is not compatible with you, and there wasn't anything you could do. You had to let it go. So allow yourself that, and just, again, pour out those emotions. And the heartbreak is going to clear. Like, whatever it was you had to let go of, it's going to clear. And, the sun will shine again and all that jazz, and the sky is going to clear. Like, it'll suck for a little while, but that's why they're telling you to pour out that energy this week. Just move through it. It's a really fast, energetic time, and a lot of us, like, the lessons are coming in swiftly, and we're not really getting a break between them. And so that's all fine. Just make sure you're really giving the energy somewhere to go. And don't get lost in your feels. If you do, use your feels wisely, right? If you're feeling a lot of feels, put them into art, put them into channeling, put them into your intuition, like whatever it is you do, like music or whatever you do that allows you to release emotion. But if you leave it the way that it is, oh man, you're just going to get snowed under. So use your sensitivities wisely and don't let them rule you this week. it is a very heavy week, just in the current, and you don't want to get lost in the sauce, I guess, with that, and you don't need to. Just find somewhere to put the energy, is again that message they keep bringing back. You, again, there's that message about connections. You're about to come into some really powerful connections. This might be work connections, this might be personal, it might be friendships, it might be pets, like, there's a lot of possibilities here, but be sure that these are like the right collaborators. You're being brought to the right collaborators, the right people who can expand your ideas, people who you just enjoy being around, and that is a beautiful thing. With whatever you've closed off, you made room for something new to come in, so you're going to see that through the field of relationships, friendships, that kind of stuff. Let's see what else. I feel like when you go into this, for y'all that are not French. Okay, so 3 of Pentacles, obviously, and the 7 of Swords. When you go to your 3 of Pentacles and your connection and your joy, you cannot take this shit with you. No. You put it away. You don't want to project onto the new people you're bringing in. I actually just channeled something about this, and it was all about self-betrayal. So I think I put it up this morning, actually. So you can see it's got a snake on the video. But it's talking about how you don't want to betray yourself by being in connections that aren't for you. And so it talks all about those dynamics. But one of the things that they said in that transmission, one of the things the Ascended Masters were talking about, were just that, sometimes it's not your fault. Sometimes it's just a vibrational mismatch, but it doesn't mean that these new people or new relationships, new contracts coming into your life are going to be the same. Don't project that shit. Do not project it, okay? No. Because these are actually pure. These are actually right for you. Like, these are the right collaborators, like what you've been asking about for quite some time, I hear. Like, just people that are good for you. They can meet you where you are. You don't want to come at it from here. Again, pour it out. Pour that emotional crap out so it doesn't cloud your judgment, because you worked too hard for this, my friend. You've worked too hard. I don't want you to do that to yourself, so I'm very selfishly telling you, don't do that, right? I have emotional stakes in this collective, okay? I love y'all, but I'm not going to tell you what to do. I mean, I guess I do tell you what to do, but from a genuine channeled place, but from a personal level, you don't deserve to keep getting burned, and if you don't take care of it, you're going to bleed on what didn't cut you, and these connections are actually genuine, so don't do that. Make it a priority to find a way to pour that emotion out, and make sure you're creating space for energetic clarity and not getting tied up in the what-ifs of the situation, okay? Let's see what else we got. Anything else, Spirit? Ooh. Alright. The Knight of Pentacles. You might also find that there is just like new opportunities for making money that are kind of opening up, like new revenue streams to you. And I feel like they're going to come in and you're going to be like, what's that? Nah. You might not see it yet, but you're developing really powerful revenue streams right now. New financial opportunities, like all kinds of stuff. Just keep doing what you're doing. You might start seeing the money trickle in like fast. Like, Knights don't move slowly. This is probably the slowest moving Knight out of all of them, but they don't typically move super slowly. Although this one, it builds over time. So you've already been doing that work. You've already been laying the foundation, laying the groundwork, and you've been doing it while you've been going through all this stuff, so kudos to you, but it's already here. You might start seeing that money come in faster than you think, and just make sure you celebrate it. Even if it's small, make sure you celebrate it. That's something that means a lot to you. And I know it might not be like the crazy win you're expecting at first, but just don't squash the path before it starts. And don't doubt it. Just let it be what it is. Okay, so we've got the Page of Wands here, and it was in reversal. I feel like, especially with these two together, right? Like, it's like, you don't want a false start. And when the start happens, you're like, oh, it's not a start. It is. Just let it be. I feel like you're looking at it when it comes in like, oh, yeah, okay, like, whatever. It brought me a small amount of money. Doesn't mean that the currents have changed. They have. They have. And you can't be squashing them. Like, let the new beginning be what the new beginning is without throwing and projecting all your stuff on it. Let it be. I feel like you're not ready to, or maybe you're like, you've been trying to perfect whatever this thing is, and it's good enough. It's already good enough. Let it be. And then you've got and this was like, you're not resting enough. With your Four of Swords, you're not resting enough. You need rest, and you need to give things time to breathe. There's a certain due process that has to happen with things you create, right? With this, I feel like you've really been looking at what you've created, and you've been putting pressure on it because it hasn't taken off the way you want it yet. This might be like a job, a side gig, something like that, or, like, it's something that grows over time. So whatever that is, there's something that you've probably been on the grind about, that I feel like you're looking at it and going like, oh, I'm not getting there fast enough, like, screw that, and it's just not working for me. But it actually is. But you do need to give time for things to be created and move. You might see some movement. It's not going to take off like a rocket yet, but you have to know that it is. It will. You have to let that strong results over time. Whatever you're creating is very grounded. And one of the reasons why they told you to rest is because when you rest, you're letting them do their work. Like, you're letting them lift the weight for you. You're letting the Ascended Masters and the Angels and your team and all that do the work for you. So take that rest. Remove yourself from the process, because then you remove your micromanaging ass energy. I love you all so much, but I struggle with this too. I like to watch things, be like, how's it doing? How's it doing? Like, no, back off. Just detach, back off. Go touch grass, okay? And let it do what it's going to do, because that rest is actually going to funnel more energetic momentum towards it. So here's something you might not understand. I put up a transmission, I think on Saturday, sometime in there. And it was a bigger transmission. It's longer, but it was all about your career. It was all about light workers and like their careers. So if you're a light worker and you're struggling with this, and this is like a spiritual mission, because it kind of feels like it is, and you don't have to be a psychic for it to be a spiritual mission. Like, you can be a light worker and do art. You can be a light worker and be a teacher. Like, there's so many different pathways that we express ourselves, right? The point is, you're trying to get something off the ground, and when you do that, it actually uses your energy. It has to borrow from you. So if you're always funneling into it, but you're not letting it have time to rest, it doesn't let the momentum of what you've built kind of start circulating. You need that rest to refill your container so you have more energy to pour into it and your own life. So if you're a little workaholic, I'm about to burst your bubble, and I'm so sorry, but I would watch that transmission. It's with Serapis Bay. It's got like a crystal ball on it. It's really good for helping people with spiritual burnout and help you navigate building something the right way. So yeah, and I would also suggest in Energy Mastery, there's a meditation, a workshop actually. It's got a little tarot reading for you to do for yourself before it, and then it's just, I think, maybe a 15-minute meditation. It amounts to like 30 minutes in total. The meditation is energy work. You don't have to do anything. We do it for you. You just listen to it. But what it does is it takes whatever you've created and it takes it out of the wrong soil. By the wrong soil, I mean, like, you might have rushed it, you put your expectations on it, you put all your negative weight on it, you brought your shitty patterns to it. As we all do, right? It's no shade, just we don't create things from the right place sometimes. So what this does is it clears that soil out, and then with the guidance you got in the little reading before, it allows you to plant it in the right soil and actually get it aligned. And we align the roads for you, we clean the soil for you, we get it planted, we take care of it for you. So that process allows you to reroute the energy of the intention you planted in the first place. And then those roots will grow again, and they will get you where you actually need to go in the right traffic of energy with the right alignment for yourself. So if that's something you need, I'd look at that, because it can be really helpful. And this is just a little prayer for destiny that's in French, but it basically says, like, shining fairies, wise fairies, fairies of the water, fairies of the woods and the gardens, please guide my thoughts, guide my view, help me to find the road that brings me to my destiny. So this is powerful. It's taking you somewhere powerful. And if you feel like you're losing yourself along the path, just have faith in the process. Talk to the dang tree about it. Speaking of roots, right? It's a whole network and it takes time to build. They would probably have some insight on that. So use the supports around you. And if you need extra support, Energy Mastery will have there's a free trial that's available down below if you're feeling like you need that extra. But I'd also suggest checking out the Stress Melt on Friday, because my friend, I think you might be a little stressed. So that being said, I hope you guys have an absolutely wonderful week, and I hope I see you soon.